Hello friends, hello. We are out again at a little special spot for Freaky Friday. Let's see where we can go. It's not too busy. I think we're gonna go this way. Hope you're having a beautiful day today. We're out here because I'm supposed to be finding something for us. I don't know what it is. Before we go back to the studio for our pick-a card. It does sound like it's going to be a pick-a card. So, oh, herons. All right, we're gonna go over here and sit for a little bit. It's way too hot for me to sit outside and do a pick-a card. I guess I could if I woke up like really early in the morning, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see. Water on the other side. We got some guy. So the only thing I really see so far is some guy in waders kind of fishing. Looks very relaxing. I won't show him. He's looking to have a peaceful time, looks like. The grass is really long here. No wonder Spirit told me to wear long pants. I was like, why are you telling me to wear long pants? It's so hot outside. Oh, and there's so many anthills. These are crazy. I gotta show this to you guys. Look at these. There's been a lot of rain, but I've never seen ant mounds quite like this. So ants coming up again. Oh my God, that one is huge. It's got like a big old hole there. Look at that. Impressive. I don't think I will be sitting down anywhere. Oh my gosh, look how many there are. So ants. This is a huge ant. Oh my gosh, ants are not my friends, honestly. Everywhere I go, ants seem to find me and bite me. So maybe I won't sit down. And the grass is really quite wet. So let me just see what we want to see today. Got some pretty trees around. Some pretty trees on the other side. The water. These trees are really big. Hello, friends. This way up. Just seems to be quite peaceful here. So if you're watching us for the first time, welcome. Oh, what the heck was that? I think I missed it. Like, I think it caught it on camera, but I missed it. All right, I'm just gonna stand here, which is interesting because maybe this is someone's bait. It's like little crab legs or something. Sometimes I watch this later and I'm like, what are the messages I might have missed when I was too busy talking? But if you're new to the podcast, welcome. This is our Freaky Fridays episode where we flip the script. We do a video. So Spirit's like, just be here for a minute on this space. If you're a returning listener, welcome. Thank you for joining me here. I will stand out here for a moment until mosquitoes come, and then I'm leaving. As more people start to show up. So this is definitely a touristy spot again, although it is the middle of the week, but it gets really crowded in these spots. The other thing I wanted to mention is, oh my gosh, yesterday's video, if you follow these in order, we did Divine Masculine SOS. And in true Mercury retrograde style, the sound was complete crap. And I was like, what is going on with the sound of my video? Oh, there's ducks. A duck just landed in this tree. Oh, there's the one we were following. What is going on with the sound of my video? Oh, he's super cool. I've never seen a duck like this before. Let me see see if I can get around. So I was like, what is wrong with the sound in my video? Well, my lavalier mic is not working with my new phone. So all this time, even though I tested it and I could swear it was working before, oh no, I can't be standing here. Apparently my setup that I spent all this time searching for and putting together never really worked with my new phone. So the whole time I was recording Divine Masculine SOS, it was recording from my phone's microphone, which was in my pocket. So this is a message for those of you not procrastinating. Maybe it is this message for you procrastinators, but perfectionists. I can't even say it. You know, you just gotta do the best you can. I recorded that whole thing. I thought it was very powerful. I got comments from some of you saying it was very powerful for the Divine Masculines that listened to it. And so I was like, well, I can't, not that I would want to do the whole darn thing again, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that again. All right, Spirit, show me what you want to show me. Okay, now they want me to walk this way. So anyway, so I angrily took out my mic yesterday, all the setup I had, and was like, you don't work anymore. And my partner was like, why are you buying cheap gear? And I was like, it's not cheap gear. And just stand right here. He was trying to buy me this intensely expensive thing, like some wireless mic thing, and I'm like, I don't know if we need to go to those extremes. And I told Spirit, I'm like, what's going on with this equipment? Why is this happening? And they're like, your commitment is being tested. And I'm like, in what way? Like, they need new equipment? Like, your commitment / equipment is being tested. And so I'm like, well, I just want my sound quality to be good because I think that's important for a podcast. So we'll see what happens with that. I think the bass sound of the microphone on this iPhone is pretty darn good, unless I'm too far away from it. I love these trees. Like if we do something where the camera is a little bit further away from me, it's not going to sound very good. So I know I need an external mic, and I don't know why I'm talking so much about microphones. We're supposed to be relaxing. Okay, so what they want me to do, and I kind of want to go this way, but I kind of don't want to go this way, is for the some grid work they want us to do. So I'm just trying to keep this person out of the camera because they look like they're tense about possibly being in the lens. It's a basset hound. It's super cute. I won't show it though. Good morning. Yeah, she's like, don't film me, lady. Okay, so we'll go this way. And the other reason I don't kind of want to go this way is there's a lot of car sounds. Well, let's see what we can see over here. There is a little fairy tree over here. It's much cooler right here under these really big, large trees. There's just a lot of cars that drive on this little bridge. But you can also hear the sound of the river much more intently. So I'm looking down to see if they're showing me anything here. We're gonna go see the fairy tree. So this is kind of earthwork in and of itself, as well as me just taking you to a river. So what we're gonna do next, let's do a little bit of earth song here, is for you to take a deep breath, tap your heart just lightly a couple times, put your hands in prayer position over your heart space, like around your heart space, and just repeat after me. We are one. Our souls are one. Our hearts are one. There is only oneness. Take a deep breath in. And now position your hands to where your palms are facing outwards towards in this sense, the video or the river. You can see the river, this river in your mind. We're going to be sending, and if you don't want to send light into this river, you can pick your own geographical location, but you're going to send pink light out of your hands. Look, pink light out of your hands into the river. And as we're saying that, there is a lighter on the ground. Send some pink light into this river, sending blessings to all people, places, sentient beings along this riverway. So wherever the water flows, the blessings go. So we're sending extra beautiful blessings of pink light of love and kindness and peace and prosperity and healing and hope and faith. Send that out through your hands into the river. Let the river take that. If there's anything you feel like you want to release, any feelings of despair or sorrow or grief or stress, whatever you may be feeling right now, as you're sending blessings, blessings are also coming to you in the form of these lower vibrations being swept away and being taken away into this river on your behalf. So let's bring some spiritual light in. Take a deep breath in your heart space and lift that breath up to your crown. Hold that breath at your crown. Keep your attention on your crown. Take another deep breath from your heart up to your crown and hold it there. Now send light, gold light, down from your crown, out through your hands, into this river, or whatever sacred space you've decided to send blessings to. Keep projecting gold light. With this divine light, divine love, we send blessings of healing, hope, and faith. See people you love standing in front of you, standing on this riverbank or in your mind's eye, and send gold light of the divine to those you love, to your neighborhood, to your community, to your city, to your state, to your country. And let's project those blessings out to the entire world. Beautiful gold light. Now take a deep breath and focus on your heart and your crown at the same time. We have a little fly that's landed on our, so fly, spirit animal or something. Take a deep breath to your heart and your crown and send even brighter golden light from your hands into this river, into Gaia, into any areas you feel may need this extra special loving energy at this time, any areas of poverty, anywhere where people are suffering. Send this beautiful light. I'd also like to bring our pets into this healing, into this blessing. I think that they do a lot of work on our behalf, and a lot of times they're overlooked as just being some animal in the house. I know a lot of people treat their pets like family, but sometimes it's mixed. Sometimes we forget, sometimes even I forget, like, this is like my soul friend here helping me, not just a dog or a cat or a bird or whatever pet you might have. So see your pets in front of you and send them golden light of healing. You want me to show the bark of this tree as you're continuing to focus your healing energy. All right. Place your palms on your lap now. And see above your crown, above the top of your head, a beautiful golden flame. Send loving energy from your heart up, up, up into this golden flame. Keep your attention there. You're now swimming in a beautiful sun, golden sun of love, of peace. Allow yourself to receive these blessings. Be still. I'm going to send in some extra energy now. Just be open to receive. Just be quiet. Be still. See yourself swimming in an ocean of golden love and light. Continue to be still and receive. And slowly now, wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently and slowly allow yourself to slide back down into your body. Raise your hands back up in blessing. See Gaia in front of you. We're sending out any extra energy that your body cannot hold on to. Blessing Gaia. See golden light coming out through your hands, out to Gaia. Now we want to ground you, so aim your palms of your hands, the bottom of your feet, and your bottom base of your spine. Aim those down into Gaia. Send beautiful golden light down into Gaia. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. All right, you may open your eyes now. I've moved a little bit. I'm gonna take you to the fairy tree, and then we're going to wrap this little Earth Song meditation up and go back to the studio for the pick a card. Just wanna show you this. Lovely. I'll talk about that in a minute. I just want to show you this little fairy door. Super cute on this amazing tree. Make sure I'm not standing in ants. All right, and we're gonna end it on that note. So I will see you all again back in the studio for the pick a card. Hello friends, hello. Welcome to the studio, welcome to the podcast. I wish you could see my setup. I am like, my camera angles do not work correctly to be able, you just can't do it to where you can see like the table where we're going to be doing cards and me, like you really need to see me, but they want me to have this angle for whatever reason. So welcome to the podcast. If you're new here, sit back and relax. This is our Freaky Fridays where we flip the script on the podcast and we do a video instead of an audio. I've asked a couple of times what we're doing and it sounds like we're doing a twin flame reading. I know that's not for everybody. So, you know, I guess if you're here watching this, then it's meant for you, regardless of whether you think you're on a twin flame journey or not. If you're a returning listener, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me yet again on another podcast episode. And all of you should have been coming from the Earth Song meditation that we did at the river. And there's a reason that Spirit had us do that, so I will touch base with and tell you more about that in just a moment. But you choose how you want to listen to this reading. You can sit back and relax if you're new and see if you vibe with our tribe. You can choose to join me around the sacred fire circle as I wrap us all in love light, light love. Inviting in the spirit guides who would want to join us on this journey today. Don't know where we're going, don't know what the messages are. You can take your listening experience an octave higher. Invite in your own wisdom keepers, totems, spirit animals, whoever you want to have with you as you listen to these messages, with the intent that everything that's delivered here is always for our best and highest good, and that all the messages that come forth are for the highest intentions of all involved. So my table is jam-packed. I wish you could actually see it. I'll show you in a little bit. Once I start doing a reading, everybody wants to come out, but we're gonna light this incense. Now, this is Joy. I have not smelled it yet. I just bought it yesterday. It is tea leaves, clove, vanilla, and spices. So there's that. As soon as Spirit said we were doing a twin flame reading, then all these little monikers of the twin flame journey wanted to come in. So there's this little stone I found. It has like a little heart. This has something to do with the twin flame journey. I think I kind of know, but it's 3, it's not a twin. But there's something going on with this. It's the green and the signification of family, like soul family and soul tribe. This is like my twin flame star-crossed lovers stone. It's got a natural little X on it. It's a heart, kind of like a broken heart, or star-crossed, like call it like star. It either comes across as 2 ways, like star-crossed lovers or a little broken heart. And then this is my Sekhmet stone. So there's a lot going on with Egypt right now and the twin flame journey. So for today's reading, we'll be using the Modern Witch Tarot. We'll be using the Labyrinth of Dragonshire. That's my handmade deck. We'll be using, a card just flew out for us. Happy Cloud, that's my deck. Okay, it's just a message for me. we'll be using this, something like you can work your own magic or do your own magic or whatever it's called. But before we jump in, I want to just talk about the Earth Song meditation that I had y'all do and kind of why we did that. Because I feel like the guides are trying to bring meditation more into the picture, especially that kind of meditation where you are sending blessings out and then you're going into the receptive mode. So there has to be a balance of giving and receiving, and there's a lot of information that's provided as tools for everyone that people do on their channels and all of that. A lot of stuff that's gifted by source to you, and in the spirit of reciprocity, when we do that type of meditation where we're sending blessings out, that's kind of your giving. That is a form of giving back, as is tithing and, you know, volunteer service work and giving to charity and all of that other stuff. And so we're trying to bring that in more so that we bring some balance into the channel. I'm just going to speak for my own channel. Bring some balance into the channel. And so that it's not all just energy going out without anything else, without energy being expended outward towards others. So the blessings that you're receiving as part of these readings, in the law of reciprocity and giving back, when we do that type of like Earth Song work and grid work, you're giving back to the collective, to the land, to Gaia. So I just feel like the channel breathes a little bit better and is more balanced in terms of its energy when we do stuff like that, when we do some giving back, as well as like, let me take all of this information. So that's one of the reasons we did it. Another reason we did it is because it was really nice and peaceful out there, and I felt like we needed to just get grounded before we hear the information that's coming out for this reading. I don't even know the topic of it yet, and it sounds like they're still saying I want it to be a pick a card, so let me just do it as such. Let me just get all the cards out. So you'll shuffle with me. And then we'll go through the deck. So it sounds like there's going to be only be two piles. Let's see. The Labyrinth of Dragonshire. Making it really easy on you. Pile 1 or pile 2, so you can start thinking about your pile now. We're still in Gemini season. It's this one. I don't know yet, like I said, the topic of this. I don't know where they're going. I know in the past when we've done these types of readings, we've gotten like caught off guard in a sense and asked to do different things by source that we hadn't really been planning on. Like, go stop everything you're doing and follow the lone wolf and do a wolf quest for 2 weeks and go into the cave and all of that. All right, so we've got 2. That incense smells really good. All right, pile 1 or pile 2. And it was 9/11, as I said, pile 1. So if you're pile 1, I'm going to set pile 2 off to the side here. We're going to start with pile 1. So pile 1, we got homeward. Take yourself out on a date. I'm going to lay them all out like we normally do. We got the A in the Labyrinth of Dragonshire, which is all is not as it seems. Illusions surround you. Wait. Where's the glare? We got the Knight of Pentacles. And for our happy cloud cards, we got Heart. Love is the answer. Safety. Time to tighten those boundaries. And live. Enjoy each day in peace. So you said this was a twin flame reading. So what do you... All is not as it seems. Illusions surround you. Wait. So what you can't see here, as I've got them laid out, I may have to take a picture of them, is when I lay these out, I've got this. I've got the masculine facing this way with his pentacle, and I've got the feminine looking outside. So they want me to bring in this book. Okay, so we're gonna start bringing in some other things. So I may have to get up. So Christmas of, I don't even know when it was. Christmas of 2019 or something, I got this. It's just a catalog from Boot Barn. But right away I was like, oh, I love the way this guy looks on the cover. And it quickly became like a little testament, or a little like barometer of the twin flame journey, because there's different types of photos inside of this guy and this girl and things going on. And when I just like go and flip and go in, I kind of get a feel for where the masculine and the feminine are at. So let me just do that now and see what they're going to show me. Okay, so they're showing me these pages. And as you can see there's not one of them. There's not one of them where the masculine and the feminine are in the photo together. There's many others in here. I'll just show you, like this one. There's many others where the masculine and the feminine are together in the pictures. That one, I love this catalog. But in this one, they're not. And what they're doing is they're like doing jobs. Or what looks like jobs or stuff. It says Alaskan fishermen and shipbuilders, and there's like a girl fishing, there's like a guy in like a tool shop or whatever, there's a guy working on some boats. There's like, and the majority of the picture is the masculine working on stuff, and the feminine is fishing on the ocean. Like, she doesn't look like she's working, she looks like she's having fun. And there's salmon here, and there's 3 ships. Again, the number 3. And it's very interesting because like those 3 ships almost remind me of these 3 crystals. So if you picked this pile 1, your masculine is busy working on his stuff, working on his own thing. I see contemplation, like this guy right here. Yeah, he's smoking. And looks like he's thinking about stuff. So as they're working, to me in these pictures, they look like they're thinking about what's going on in their life. But we got all is not as it seems, illusions surround you, wait. And so I think there's still, even with this is being recorded the day after the Gemini new moon solar eclipse in June 2021. And the fog has not yet cleared in terms of all the next steps. So if you watched or listened to Divine Masculine SOS the other day, and even if you didn't, and if you're a Divine Feminine, you can still listen to that, even if you're not on a twin flame journey, because the light code activations and things that were delivered during that session are going to help you on your own journey. So we delivered a treasure map in addition to 3 things. So they want me to talk about these 3 things. In addition to these 3 things, that you would have found as the sisters for the sword in our scavenger hunt. And I talked about those, I think. The 3 things that I found were this little beekeeper person, Pleiadian, this is significant of the Pleiadians and the blue ray. And then I found this little weird connector that has to do with twin flame rainbow bridge connection. But you still don't know how all of these, like, I still have no idea. I'm getting little glimpses of what these are about, but I still don't know completely. But it seems like they all have to do with the twin flame journey. At least when I got them individually, I didn't know, but more and more each day, I'm getting kind of the connections between the 3 items and what I'm supposed to be doing with them. So your masculine, if you're a feminine watching this, is making connections in the mental body. If you got the treasure map, even if you didn't, you could go back and watch that. It's the episode right before this. But things are still unlocking. Things are still coming to the surface. Things are still being revealed in the 3rd eye as to the next steps for your path individually, as well as your union, if you're looking to come into union, because not all twin flames are looking to come into union, or maybe they do, but then they go into separation. But some of them are not looking for like this long-term, like, I want to go into union and live with you for the rest of my life. Like, some of them come together, do some soul mission work together, and then voluntarily go into separation and go do their own soul mission work. So there's a lot of different nuances to this journey. And even if you're not with your twin flame, or even if your twin flame, maybe your twin flame is in the 5D, maybe they're in the etheric realm and they're helping you more as a spirit guide. If they are a twin flame who has walked in to come back to the feminine. So you could be a twin flame walk-in, waking up to the fact that here I am now. What just happened to me? I made an agreement to, like, a karmic contract change. A karmic contract was switched. I made an agreement to come in and take over for another soul who was ready to go on and do some other soul work. So I've not talked about this before. I haven't brought this up, but this is a very real and viable possibility that a twin flame could be your spirit guide at one time, and then we are creators. We can decide to adjust our own soul contracts. It's our contract. No one's forcing us to make the conditions of the contract except for us, the soul, the bigger overarching soul. And we work with higher echelon beings of light around our soul contract. There are some agreements made. There's support that is given. But there could be twin flames walking in. I just want to bring that up because I think there's some of you that are wondering, like, what does she mean when she says my twin flame's in the etheric and then all of a sudden they're in the physical? Or I just have this feeling, I think some of you have this feeling like yesterday I was up there, for lack of a better way of putting it, like yesterday I was up there and now I'm down here in a body, and I'm trying to come to terms with all of that. Like, what in the heck does that mean? Plus I've got to do healing work for myself. Plus I've got to do healing work for the karma of the soul who left, because I've dropped into their timeline and I've dropped into their physical reality. So there's so much going on. And if you are a twin who is in that type of a situation, and you'll know, either you'll feel it, or you will have gone to a healer or someone who has confirmed that for you. You may have done some like hypnosis type, regression type therapy, because you had some weird feelings about what was going on. Like you felt kind of odd, you know, something just didn't feel right. And that was confirmed. And now you're trying to come to terms with all of that. So you don't have all the answers yet because you're still learning. You're still waking up to who you are. Plus you're dealing with the karma and the life stream of the individual that you walked in for. It doesn't apply to everybody, but they're saying 5 of you watching either have or know somebody that fits that particular scenario. It's like rare, but it's not impossible is what they're saying. Okay. So we've addressed the fact that there's not all the answers yet. So what can you do in the meantime? First of all, know that love is always the answer. You're meant to come together in some way, shape, or form. Even if now, like when I placed these cards down, this one was here, all the other cards were here, and this one was, it was the other way around. They were facing opposite directions. All the cards were in the middle. But eventually, it is the magnetism, the magnetics of who you are as a twin ray, twin flame, whatever label you want to put on, will bring you back together again. And if your twin is not here or has chosen or has decided, like you all decided before you came in, like we're going to work on individual soul missions this life journey, we possibly might not come together. That doesn't mean things can't change and you could not, you could end up coming into union. But in the meantime, if you are looking to be with a divine partner, then the universe is going to send you a soul mate. They're saying substitute for lack of a better word, someone who's going to emulate your twin, but it's not your twin. But it's not a karmic either, okay? So I want to be clear about that. What can you do in the meantime while you're waiting? Because each of you, you're working on yourself. Treat yourself for all the work that you've done, Divine Feminine. Divine Masculine's working hard on his self. He's working hard in his daily life just to get things done. You have live, enjoy each day in peace, which is pretty self-explanatory. You just have to come to peace, come to terms with where you're at in the process on the journey. Now I am interested in this boundaries card, so I want to, why are we getting the boundaries card here? They're saying is it's important to understand what's yours and what's not. So as your Divine Masculine, maybe in this case, is working through all of that stuff, it could impact you. Should I share that? Okay, so I had a dream last night. Should I just really share that? About okay, I have to ask sometimes because I'm like, that seems very weird that I would need to share that, but okay. So I had a dream last night in the middle of the night. I've talked about before on the podcast how the twins kind of mirror each other's energy. And sometimes the lines get very blurred between who's feeling what, how you're feeling, and all of that. So as part of my own ascension symptoms, my skin is the thing that always kind of like flares and gets not triggered, but flares when I'm going through like really big ascension stuff. And right now my skin is in a really bad flare. And so the other night I woke up and it felt like my body was on fire. My joint, like this little, like, it's like little eczema flares, but like my knees were burning, my hands were burning, my back was burning. And I was like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. And then I get heat. Like I can just feel the heat rising off of me. And I'm sure my twin could feel that. It was very palpable. And then the same thing for him. Like I could tell he's like anxious up in the throat chakra. He's anxious about something because every morning I wake up, I felt anxiety and I didn't know why. And I was like, I just can't have another day like this. So last night in the dream state, I had this dream. I'm getting better with the dreams. We're going to come back to dream stuff. But I had this dream where this person, it was like another lady. I don't know. I had no idea. I don't really have any idea she would be. Came across as a woman. But she walked in and sat down next to me, and I got a very, very strong, I mean, strong smell of marijuana. Like, I remember even saying, like, well, are you smoking? And the person was like, I need this right now, or whatever. I don't remember the exact conversation, but basically it was kind of like, leave me alone, I need this right now. And the smell of marijuana was like, I mean, all around me. But when I woke up, I felt so like peaceful and calm and serene, and I was like, maybe my twin's smoking just like for anxiety relief at the moment, because I just felt so much better. And whether they did or not, I mean, it just feels like so strongly that maybe they were. And I'm not judging anybody, like, whatever, you need a hit on them, that's your thing. But afterwards I was kind of like, oh, I just felt so good, and my skin felt so peaceful and calm, and I'm like, maybe that person needed that at the moment just to kind of help them, or CBD or something that had to do with marijuana. Maybe it wasn't physically smoking it, but whatever it was, like the smoke smell is what I smelled like all around me. So just do the best you can to get very clear on what's yours and maybe what's not. And it's going to help you, especially as these unions start to come closer and closer to reunion or union, or if you're coming out of separation, if you're maybe going to meet this person for the first time. I know personally, like, the anxiety levels are going to start rising, because the more you start to kind of close in on each other, the more you can feel each other coming towards you. And I don't know if it's anxiety. Like, I think the person that's doing the coming towards you is going to have the anxiety, and you're going to have the excitement, which is kind of a form of anxiety, and you're going to have to learn how to temper that, and you're going to have to know what's yours and what's not. And just be better about kind of closing out maybe what you don't want. That's all. What is that though? So there's no time frames. No time frames. All we got was the wait card. So it sounds like time frames are going to be different for everyone. But I think the good news here is both parties are doing the work. That's the good news. This person really looks like they're doing the work. In those pictures that I showed you, they're really doing the work. They showed up, like, there's 8 pictures, and they showed up in, well, some of them don't have people. Some of them have fish, which this salmon is like a wisdom keeper spirit guide. So I would check out salmon. And the fact that we have 3 ships, it just reminds you of the three kings. We 3 kings of Orient are bearing ships. We travel afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following yonder way. I don't know. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star of royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us on this something, something. So that was like when the 3 kings were going to following the North Star or whatever. So I think that's kind of what's happening here, is there's a star kind of guiding you both back together. And it'll happen when it's time, the guides are saying. So just have to do your best to work with it in the meantime, and know that the work is being done. The connection is not stagnant anymore, it's moving forward. And the best you can do at the moment is know it's happening, know that love is always the answer, and just be peaceful about where you're at in your journey. All right, you guys, if that was your pile, thank you so much for joining me. You may be guided to watch both piles, I don't know, but I will see you again in pile 2, or I will talk to you again in the next podcast episode. Take care. Hello, pile 2. Hello. Just get a drink here. It's going to be a long video. All right, let's lay out your cards. So the first card you got is red, forgive. From the Labyrinth of Dragonshire, you got desire rises. From Happy Cloud, you got passion, follow your heart. And the tarot cards you got are the Two of Swords in reverse. So I read reversals as more like this is the main focus of the reading versus the opposite of what the upright means. And then the King of Wands. What does this have to do with a twin flame journey? There's no men in this card at all. There's no divine well, there's a King of Wands. But in this card, it's depicted as a divine feminine. So the other thing we did, hold on, I gotta get it. In the other reading, they had me use this book. So if you didn't see the other reading, this was just a catalog I got from Boot Barn a couple of years ago. It was like their Christmas little catalog. And yeah, it came out in October of 2019, and it has, first of all, it was like this guy, like I had him hanging around for the longest time. I'm like, that reminds me of my man. I don't know what my twin flame looks like, but like this kind of appearance in my mind, it kind of like, mind's eye, it's kind of like that would be like something like that. But it's got like men and women and different like, you know, Boot Barn, it's like Western wear and stuff. But I use it to kind of as a little barometer of the twin flame journey, depending on what's going on in the pictures that I see. So let's just flip, because this like makes me, this one over here makes me feel like nothing's really happening. Although you do have two passion cards. You do have Desire Rises, which is the S's like snakes, like Kundalini. And then you have the Passion, Follow Your Heart. But let's just get another picture. Okay, so we got this one. So this one is like a trail ride and like hanging out around a campfire. And the girls kind of hanging out, like resting, and the guy is just kind of, looks like he's making some coffee or something. And there's another, oh no, there's another guy in the background. But you can't really see him. Colorado horse packing. Interesting. What's going on here? So I think the way these cards are laid out, and you can't really see them, is this one came out first, and she's kind of like over here, and then all the other cards are here. So she's kind of like looking out that way, like looking to the past. And the thing in the shower is like tomatoes, like tomato plants. Very interesting. I never noticed they were tomato plants before. So what is that you would kind of do like in the olden, like really old, like put that witch in the stockade or put that person in the stockade, and people would throw like rotten fruit and vegetables at them? Why am I seeing this? And then outside her window, there's like a starry night sky. Forgive yourself. So you can't see. So the big thing here, so this is what was the significator in the reading, is this one, because it came out in reverse. That's how I read them. You can't see what's going on right now. You don't know basically where you're headed. But there's so much fire and passion coming into this reading. There's actually fire all over. There's like this card, which was fire, the snakes and the Kundalini. There's like passion, follow your heart. And then there's wands energy with this King of Wands. And I see the twin flame couple like taking a rest. That's what it looks like. These people in these pictures are like taking a rest from each other. It doesn't mean they're not together. It just means that I don't really see them interacting here at all. I see them relaxing and regaining their strength and regaining their power. But the obstacle right now is this, the karmic. The karmic is the obstacle right now. And that's, to me, in this picture, it's this person that you can't really see, kind of off to the side. And you can't really tell how they interact with the other two, but they're just kind of there. So this sounds like this is those of you that have a karmic involved. And while you may feel like, throw them in the stockades and let's throw rotten tomatoes at that dang darn karmic partner who's taking away my masculine. Their spirit is saying that is not the case. That is not the case. So they want me to draw a couple more cards, because there is something happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of yet. Let's see if Spirit will tell us what that's obviously going to be different for everybody. But okay, what's happening behind the scenes that you're not aware of yet? While you're sitting there going like, oh, that karmic, that, she looks so sad, like, no, throw some tomatoes at that person. The clarifying cards we got are universe, we're all just stardust, and there's Saturn in the background. And then sword, make the change. Okay, so here's what's happening here. Here's what you can't see. The desire really is rising to come into reunion, to come into union with you. Your counterpart is thinking about that. They're saying nonstop. There's even a little lion in this picture, hence all the fire energy. But it's not time yet. Our friend, the universe, says, divine timing, honey. I'm sorry, but it's not time yet. Planetary alignments are coming into play here. So there's some gates, portals. There's the solstice that has to occur. There's the Lion's Gate that needs to take place. And even all the way till the winter solstice, they're saying that there's various gates, portents, astrological alignments that as you and your counterpart experience the energies of those, continue to draw you closer and closer together. So much so that at some point this year, they're saying, as part of all that, your counterpart will decide to make that change that they've been needing to make and cut that person out of their reality. Not in a mean, harmful way, but in a way that's for the highest and best good of all. So what you need to do is, number one, just forgive yourself for having those thoughts about that person. You know, we're all human. We can, even though really we are the soul having a physical experience, sometimes we can let the mental body and the emotional body take over, because you're the soul. You have control of what your thoughts are. You have control of what your emotions are. You have control of your feelings. And the more you meditate and the more you raise your frequency, the more you will be able to control those aspects of yourself. But you know, sometimes you're not there 24/7, and so sometimes you do go down lower in vibration and come into some of these thoughts, and it could be healthy at times to have these thoughts so that you can release them. Some people are not to the vibratory level yet where they can say, I see myself doing this, I need to stop doing this. Okay, cut, disconnect, release, throw that in the violet fire, let's be done with it and move on. Like, everybody's not at that level yet. So you have to kind of meet yourself where you're at. And just in this case, just forgive yourself for any of those thoughts you had about that person. Forgive that person. And if you can rise above, then you will start to see from a higher perspective that person's role was meant for different things. It was meant, you know, as a catalyst to help your twin transform. It was meant as healing for you, to help you get stronger on your path, on your journey. So I think you just need to kind of see that for what it is. And then put it behind you, because it keeps kind of falling off. Like, let's get that done. Let's do that forgiveness work, and let's be done with it, and let's not hold on to grudges and unforgiveness and mad at your twin and all of that stuff, because they are doing the work. But they need, for this particular group, it looks like your twin has been doing so much work that they need kind of a timeout right now. So we're saying that's not for everyone. Like, they're saying it comes and goes. It's like they do some work. So they're saying that this is part of what's happening right now, is they do some work and then they take a break. So you the same thing. Like, you're doing some work on yourself, and then you kind of pull back and do some other things, like work on your own journey, which is also why these 3 fire cards are coming out. So it's like you get focused on working with your twin, and you do that work that needs to get done, and then y'all kind of, so the work could be being done right now, mainly in the 5D, especially if you're in separation or not in communication. The work could be being done on the 5D, where you meeting in dream state, and then you do some work in the astrals, because you don't realize, if you're not really keeping track of your dreams, you don't realize how much work is being done in the astrals on behalf of the partnership, on behalf of the twins. And so in the waking time, it may seem like nothing's happening, nothing's being done, when in reality, a whole lot was just done in the astral realms. And now in the 3D realm, in waking, the twins have other work that needs to get done. So you listening to this, whoever you are in the partnership, you're doing your own work, and your counterpart is doing their own work. And at some point, the two shall meet. And there'll be time. At some point, divine timing will come into play. It will be time for the 2 of you to come together again. Your twin, if there's karmics involved, will be guided. This is divinely guided too. This is not just, I have to go back into the soul missions again. You guys have a mission. You wouldn't be here together on the planet if you didn't have a mission together, especially those of you that are coming into union. You have a mission to uphold. And Source, the universe, angels, whatever higher light beings have been assigned to work with twin flame union and to work with your own specific union, because you should have a twin flame team, spirit guide team working with you. And if you don't, then you should ask spirit to send you one to work with you, to help keep you up to date on what's happening, especially if you're not in communication, especially if you're not, if your psychic senses are not as up to speed in terms of being able to hear your guides. If you're working on your psychic development or whatever, you need to ask for a twin flame spirit guide team to come in and help you make themselves known to you. It's not that they're not helping you, because they're already there helping you, but I think you need to get more into contact with them. All right. So divine timing is going to play here. Just trust that at some point the spirit guide team that's working on behalf of your union, the higher light angelic beings that are working on behalf of your union, are going to, you know, at some point here, flip the yes switch, and everybody's going to get activated and start coming together. All right, you guys, that is all I have to share. That was a lot. I want to thank you for joining me. If you joined me for both readings, entirely possible that you could have joined me for both. I want to thank you for sticking it out for so long. This is a long video today, and we are going to be seeing you all on Sunday for our June energy update story. We'll be working again with All Paths Lead Home, finding out what's going on with Dartmoor, our Selkie, as well as if Jenna and Rutger are going to hook up together, whether they're going to come into reunion and go on this Tall Ships cruise, and then whatever metaphors come in as the channeling, I haven't channeled the story yet, will be the energies moving forward for the next week or so. So I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I want you to take care, and we will see you all again soon in the next episode.